So now that we've done adding and subtracting, our next thing to do is to move into multiplying and dividing. So here we have our two functions again, f of x and g of x. F of x is x squared minus 36. G of x is x plus 6. Notice this has a dot here, so that means we're going to multiply the two functions together. So we have f times g of x. So we're going to go ahead and do that next. So now we have our two functions. So notice we're multiplying or dividing. This is supposed to be a slash, not a 1. It's my terrific graphics that I put in here. So we have x squared times that one. So we're going to multiply those. X squared minus 36 times x plus 6. We can do two different things. We can do the box method, or we can FOIL. So I'm going to multiply those two and then those two. So we have x squared times x, which is x cubed, x squared times 6, which is 6x squared, negative 36 times x, which is negative 36x, and then negative 36 times positive 6, which is 216. I just know that because that's 6 cubed. So we have that particular number. So when we're multiplying and we've got that, we got to put them in the right order. Notice they already are in the right order. So we have plus, plus, minus, minus. Let's make sure that we've got it. Plus, plus, minus, minus. There it is. Check our answer, and we're good to go. Okay, so now the next one. So this one's a division. Now we're going to divide them. Notice we have our f of x and our g of x. So we're going to go ahead and divide them. We're going to have to do some special stuff here, and you'll see as I go through the problem what we're going to need to do. So we have our x squared minus 36 over x plus 6. You might say, oh, okay, that sounds right. Well, that is, but it's not reduced, because remember that x squared minus 36 factors to x minus 6, x plus 6, or x plus 6, x minus 6. It doesn't matter which way you write it. And then our x plus 6 is canceled, so our answer would just be x minus 6. So we just have x minus 6. Did I get that right? To make sure. Yeah, we just have x minus 6. It's f over g. Let me just make sure. F over g. Oh, didn't see it. Okay, so here we go. So we've got that one. So notice that it has a little bit of a caveat here. So x is not equal to negative 6, and let me explain why. So notice here, because we were dividing by x plus 6, we can never have this become 0. And since this is part of the original problem, x can never equal negative 6, because if we had negative 6 plus 6, that would give me 0, which means that we would be dividing by 0. So we do, when we're looking at these restrictions in the domain, we have to look at the original problem and figure out what those restrictions are before we cancel things out. So keep that in mind when you are going through this problem. So that's why that one worked out that way. Okay, let's go ahead and reset my activities here. So I'm going to go ahead and reset those. Okay, go over to the next resource. Okay, so let's continue on from here. So we've got a couple of homework problems that we're going to go through. So the first homework problem is going to be f dot g of x. Notice we have x squared and x minus 5. So we are going to multiply those. So we have x squared times x minus 5. It's nice because I don't have to do FOIL or anything special there. So that gives me x cubed minus 5x squared. It's already in order. That would be the answer. Now notice again, these are homework problems. Then we do division. So we have x squared over x minus 5, because f goes on top. So that's f divided by g. I can't factor either of those, so that would be my final answer. So it would be x squared over x minus 5. And remember that x cannot equal 5. Because if x equals 5, that would cause the denominator to go to 0. So the next thing that you have is you have your check. Don't worry about any graphing of any of the problems, and don't worry about any of the word problems for these. And then we'll go to the next video.